There you go. Let me try to. That's there you go. I'm at a rest stop. It's kind of in the foothills, so I have no service. So this is just a recorded. I'll download it later. But I just wanted to talk about something really quick. I was on the phone with my friend the other day when I was talking about how it was a rough start because I don't know, I haven't talked to him in a long time, but it turned out great because we started talking about family issues and she was going through her father with dementia, and now and I was having a hard time figuring. I kind of knew, but what I mean, it was the red flags were there, so I was just like, you know, but you care about somebody at the same time. You can't allow abuse to happen to you either. You got to protect yourself when it comes to that kind of thing. So plus, luckily my sisters who are in charge of my father's, situation, are going to be aware of it now. I've just had to. It's a rough way of telling these people stuff because people don't like. It's weird how people like are delusional, and they're very they're waspy about shit where they just ignore the fucking problem, the elephant in the room. Right? I'm not into that. I'm a healer. The idea is to heal the elephant and get that fucker out of the room, not to sit there and keep feeding the fucking thing. Let it get bigger and you know what I mean? So the point is I was talking to her about, always being alone and being comfortable with it. And she was cute. She's like, no, it's not good for people to be alone all the time. I'm like, true. But I was like, when you're raised to actually, I was trained to be alone. And I told her about the game that was played when I was a kid at my grandfather's ranch on the coast. It was Monterey. It's really beautiful up in the foothills. And we'd go to this ranch, and all my cousins, and I was the youngest, and my brothers and sisters, and they'd make a game out of ditching me. And after a while, I just really didn't care. Honestly, I wasn't interested in playing the game. But I would just walk around the ranch, and they would see me, and they would scream, oh, there he is, and then they'd run and hide again. And I could give a shit. Literally, just being in my presence was enough for them to run, if I saw them anyway. So that was kind of funny. And I was telling her about that. She's like, there's no trauma there. And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, I was in my innocence. I didn't take it personally. I didn't understand they were being mean. I just took it as like them being whatever they want to do. I was like very free about that. Like I said, I remember in kindergarten leaving the school because I was uncomfortable, didn't want to be there. I would just walk home through valleys, and I was like in kindergarten. I don't know if you imagine being in kindergarten and then just walking home, just leaving the school. I had to get held back in kindergarten. I literally took kindergarten twice because I kept leaving the school. I was like Stephen McQueen in The Great Escape, literally constantly escaping. I was great. I literally just didn't care. Nobody's looking, slip out the gate, gone. Anyway, so yeah. So they made a game out of, but I was just so innocent with it, right? I didn't even understand. I just walk around the ranch hanging out with the cows.